the situation, but we're not able to understand what is happening in our life. And we think it is happening everything in our nature. We are doing everything. And some people don't know this all Vignas are there. That is the three Vignas will come. Adi Devi, the God will be decided. Then the spiritual, it's Adhyasmic. Another one is materialistic, it's Adi Bhautik. We are discussing today. Always in our mind, we'll ask self-question. Oh, it is all decided by the nature, and it is most of things are happening calamities. That is a call for Devi. When the God will be decided, we don't know what will happen, when will happen. These all things we are enjoying. Means one example I can give you, the tsunami came. We not able to decide. Okay, tsunami can come this date, this time. Now we can find out when will reach us. But we don't know what will all happen here. And another thing is the raining, lightning. This all will be by nature. This we call the God will be taking decision, and the nature is taking care. That is we call Adya Adi Devi. It is all happened by Ishvara. And another thing is that always the people will be think the spiritual things, Adhyatmik. We do puja. This all we believe. We have some belief. That belief we are doing. Maybe we are going to be do something. Maybe we are going to new house or new job. We will do our prayer. And we do some puja. All the obstacle will be removed by that faith. Oh, I prayed, my all of obstacle is going away. That is called Adhyatmik. Another is a Bhautik. That we will decide. We are doing. We want to be big car. Then we are buying car. We are spending money. Then some people are traveling. They are getting some accident. This is decided by Ishvara also that we are part of that we are doing. This all Vigna should be removed. That is why we are praying. We are doing puja. We are doing tabas. The three type of obstacle always making people to suffer. That all we have to prevail from there, and we have to be live in the happily. We have to understand what is happening. Nowadays, we are not able to clarify what will happen, what will come. It's all decided by Ishvara Vyakti. But we have to do our way to correction also.
Neha ji, we have lost Swamiji.
Yes, I can see that, Pragna ji. Yes.
Please come back. It's very difficult to understand.
Yes, I know the disturbance is too much, Swamiji.
Sorry,
We hardly...
I am with the train. Okay. Yeah. Then Neha ji, please continue. You are able to continue?
Yes, I will do that. No problem, Swamiji.
Yeah.
You can have a safe journey. Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he's traveling. Okay, so back on us. So he was talking about what I understand, and the bit of understanding what I have about the topic is the tap, the suffering. And the three kinds, which is broadly divided, is Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, and Adhyatmik. Now, we understand all our suffering. We mostly talk about karma. We also talks about, whatever I have done, I have to repay. So karma cycle, we always put the blame on. And a lot of time, the guilt ride, what we think that it is my fault. Basically, all the suffering comes broadly into these categories, and it's none's fault. It is basically the suffering, whether it's for the reason that is in the surrounding, or it's the divine, or a lot of time in the gross, subtle, and casual body, which is adhyatmic. So all this what we experience is broadly fallen into these categories. Now, the solutions in different texts also says, how do I manage these sufferings? So the solution, if you all remember, the easiest one, you all know that we do 3 shantis after finishing everything. We chant shantis for 3 times, and that's the one of the reasons that we do 3 for shanti, for peace of Adi Daivik suffering, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmic suffering. And these 3 shantis are always done to calm all these 3 sufferings, and then we can progress in our journey without any obstacle. So this is broadly, we were supposed to discuss with Swamiji. I'm not that versatile like him, but I can broadly, again, we can continue as a question answer, or Pragnaji, you help me out with any way you all may like to explore this in a practical day-to-day senses.
You have explained so nicely in clear terms that a lay people can understand. Swamiji was explaining. However, I would like you to explain those 3 bhautik, the examples, if you can give them, that will help the others as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Adi Bhautik is basically the physical environment, our surrounding, the world around us and world within us, both. So again, a lot of time, it's very common when we are going for some important work, let's say, and suddenly we miss our train or bus. And that is one of the obstacle, that is one of the suffering out of the bloom. It just happened, and this is not in our control. None of these obstacles we can control. That's the best way to understand that what can we do, and thus we only can pray for shanting and calming it ourselves, and also pray for calming it. It's on its own. We missed the bus or train, the simplest way. We have no control, but that has happened. That's in the physical environment. Obstacle has come, whatever the reason. There's always a reason, but then whatever, we don't know about that. We are late. There is nothing I can do. But while worrying, I can make this worse. But then understanding this is one of the obstacles I have no control over. So again, calming myself, I can survive any obstacle, whether it's coming from Adi Bhautik, same like Adi Daivik, flood, any natural calamities, any disaster which we know, even the simplest one that we have no control over, and that's also coming from the natural disaster. Mostly the best example we know, we have no control. The disaster is already going to take place, and damage is already done. We cannot control that. All we can do is after management. COVID-19, I won't say it's purely Adi Daivik. I would say it is Adi Bhautik as well. It's a man-made contribution also. But then again, the spread, the virus, pandemics to epidemics, the natural calamities which has spread across, all that comes under the Adi Daivik, that it's the natural. And again, we have no control over. Now, best thing what we can do is pray. And calming it down, ourselves and the surrounding. We have no idea whether pray actually calm the calamities or the disasters, but at least it's definitely calm ourselves so we don't get panic. Most of the time, any of these situations, the disaster only can affect us if we make it happen to affect us. missing my train will not have any impact on my mind or my body. Yes, it's worrying. I might miss another important meeting, but a call, this is anything I can control. It's not my fault. But a phone call or text, just I can keep myself calm, and then it won't affect me. The similar way, the Adi Daivik, we only can pray, calm ourselves down, understanding what I can control and I can't. The similarly, Adhyatmik is also whether suffering from my gross body, subtle body, or the casual body. All three comes into Adhyatmik, which is obstacle in my own growth, Adhyatmically, spiritually. Physical illnesses is from my gross body, that I have a diagnosis. I have no control. It's not that purposely I could do anything or purposely I could do anything to reverse it. Now diagnosis has come. Something has set the condition in the body. Only thing now I can do is manage it. Every situation, only thing we can do is manage it gracefully, accepting it and managing it in best of our capacity. Now, asking the questions or finding the answers, why does that happen to me? It was meant to happen, because all three these obstacles are only there to shape us in our better form. They come, again, this is bit of my understanding, but again, all of these obstacles are basically to remove us from our own karmas. When we go through this tapas, the best example, mostly given by the gold. If you want to shape a gold into an ornament, it has to go through the very high heat. Tap ke baad hi wo nikharta hai. Anything you take it, then after that tap, then only it glows. Then only it comes to its pure form. Then only it becomes beautiful. In its raw, it won't look beautiful. We can wear it. We can be looking beautiful in it. Similarly, this tap is important, because that's where make us glow, make us in our best shape and form, which we are meant to be. This is what defines us. This is what makes us what we are. So tap is very important. Imagine in all the Shastras, it talks about do tapas, right? And that's the only way given, do discipline and tapas, so that you grow in your spiritual world. We are blessed with three tapas, Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik. Now that tapas is coming to us to shape us, to make us more stronger, to test our patience, test our all the knowledge and the work around what we have been practicing and talking. No matter how much meditation we do, but then suddenly, if we know another pandemic coming, can we keep our mind quiet? Sorry, that's a horrible example. I didn't mean to scare anybody on Sunday morning. But we've been hearing all this, rumors and the news around the world. This is a natural calamities. We will keep on coming. Now, it's just matter of where, how, in which form. But then, can we really keep ourselves calm, knowing that we recently survived the pandemic? It wasn't easy for anybody. But then there might be another one. How much this meditation and the spirituality, what we have been practicing, will actually help us face it again without worrying, without panicking, without getting involved into its roller coaster. That's the whole idea of this understanding, that no matter what practice you do, now time to actually do it practically. So we understand, we prepare ourselves for this tapas. So everything what we practice in Adhyatmic practices, that actually put us on the testing when actually these tapas comes to our life, then how much we pass that through without disturbing our peace of mind, without panicking and worrying and going into this roller coaster where these calamities or where this obstacles are taking us to, rather than taking a step back and think, can I really control it? Even if I scream top of my lungs, even if I get worried, I cry, no matter what I do, none of this is going to stop. It will take its own course. It will make its own way to calm down. But until that, I can keep myself calm. I can breathe. I can let it pass. I can find the way to manage for the minimum damage and then maximum benefit out of this situation. Every tapas is here for benefiting us. That's what I strongly believe, because they are here for shaping us. Whether it's Adi Devik, Adhyatmik, or Adi Bhautik, praying is the one solution throughout the text. In the Vedic text, it has been given. So we know Dasha Shanti is a simple, all sort of Das Shanti mantras to talk about all calming down these obstacles in the physical world, in the spiritual world. Then we have so many nakshatras, and we also do the sutram for them. We also have chanting for all that. We do different kind of rog nivaran suktam we have. All of that, the chants, the prayers, the mantras we have for calming down to best of its own course. But then at the end, basically, it is not going to stop that. It is calming your mind so that your mind doesn't go with these obstacles and create another obstacle, more disastrous obstacle in your life. COVID is the best recent example we all had. Now, in the COVID, none of us actually knew, is there any way out? But then what best we could do? I'm sure all of us know that we all found our own coping mechanism. We all thought that, okay, this is what I can do. Managing our mind was the only key throughout the lockdown. Keeping ourselves sane was the only job we had to do, because it was really tough, locked in the house, doing nothing, finding nobody else around. How to manage our mental health was a disaster. And every day, just keeping ourselves calm and focused without worrying was the only task we all did. Some did beautifully well. We did survive well. Some didn't do it so well because it was really tough. It's not weakness, but it was a tough situation. Let's take a course back on the memory lane and say, what helped us survive this? What helped us survive this peacefully? And helped us also to pass this time. I'm sure a lot of us did yoga, relaxation, meditation. We also found some sort of time which we never had before for our self-care. We actually took some time to think about, well, what am I doing? Because before it was always a rush hours for everything and everyone. But this was like, many, I could also say, blessing in disguise. We actually took a step back and redefined our journeys, our life, our changes in life. But doing all of that, even if you look back and see what helped, you will find it, everything that helped your mind to calm, that only helped you to survive COVID pandemic. So all this, all these obstacles and all the solution which is given for calming down this obstacle is all about giving your mind the best platform that it I have no control over, but I can manage it. I can manage it by keeping myself calm and let it pass without much damage done. That's the simplest way I found it. But I'll still take a little pause here to say if anybody would like to add on anything. Pragna-ji?
I think you nailed it. Those three tapas which we have gone through and giving examples makes such a lot of difference. And as you said, during pandemic, one of the best thing happened was these devices, this modern technology. The Zoom platform has helped so many people to have a lovely, though we are not together, still we are on this platform together. And this has made us move forward, and during the difficult time when we couldn't see anybody face to face. And Nehaji, you have just explained it so correctly. Three, I mean, I don't remember, Bhautik, Adhyatmik, and the third one is?
Devik, Adi Devik.
The first one is Devik, Bhautik, and then the
Adhyatmic.
Adhyatmic, yes, makes sense.
Yes.
And saying, we all say Shanti, Shanti 3 times. But now, I mean, I understand, but for the others to understand, it is so good. You nailed it. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I will let it have a more discussion or question answer maybe if you had any questions relating to this, or yes, Sarlaji.
I was listening, this really interesting, but what is the meaning of bhautik? I keep on thinking in my mind, what is the meaning of bhautik?
Yeah, bhautik literally means the physical world.
Okay.
Physical world. So everything which is in the physical world, whether world around me or my physical world, so which is my body and mind, which is all around the physical world surrounding. And adhyatmic when it comes to which is my own. So
Mind,
physical world, everything in outside.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So it could be, a lot of time with our neighborhood, with people around us. Yes, Pragnaji.
Daivik means all the natural calamities which we haven't got any control.
Yeah, divine. So we say, gods. There is something even in insurance or that thing. I don't remember, but yes, all the gods will. So which we have no control.
Insurance that you say that during
Yes.
something subsiding or something happens with the building, they are not in control.
Yes. So all of that, which is divine will, even the divine doesn't have any will to trouble us or torture us. But then this is something which, the divine means which is beyond the control of anybody. So natural calamities and any disaster that comes because of nature outside, universe.
Yes. I mean, if you remember, with our Brahma Kumari knowledge, Dada had this vision, all these things, but it was so hazy that he could understand that what was going to happen.
Even if we understand, we cannot stop it.
No,
even if we know, we cannot do anything to prevent it.
Yeah.
We know so many things which was predicted and shared before, but there's no way of controlling it because nature has its own way to balance it. As again, I would say this is, I don't see this as an obstacle, as it says it's been an obstacle or a trouble or suffering, but I see that as a way of balancing it. So nature has its own way to balance things. So when all these things happen, basically it wants to balance something. And the balance is always, the change, the balance always can be reinstated, which is a tough path. It's not easy. It's not comforting. It is challenging. It takes a lot of time to cope with it because we are so much comfortable in our own comfort zone. If anything we have to change, let's say tea and coffee. We've been talking about that so much in our nature's harmony. I'm so comfortable getting up and having my coffee. Then if our expert says the coffee first thing in the morning, you got to stop. And then that becomes a obstacle of my own that I can't leave that. It's so much of struggle to go against my comfort zone. So any of these challenges, we know that it is needed for our growth, but at the same time, it's not easy to accept and cope and follow. So all this is the same thing. The tapas is not easy, but it is required. It only comes because it's required.
So for tapa, Vanita, oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I've read in an English poster that God give me the courage to change the things I can, to accept the things I can't, and the ability to know the difference. Is it something like this, what you explained today?
Yes. I mean, there are, we've been reminding all this. So again, none of this actually we can change, but we only can understand why this is happening. And this is important to happen because it is only here for shaping us, balancing us, and growing our understanding towards that. So all of that is purpose, and for purposeful living, I must understand all that. So yes, pretty much that quote is very important to understand. This is what Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik challenges, suffering is all here about.
Thank you. It was very well explained by you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In
Yes.
in one word, if you had to define tapas in English, what would you say?
In one word.
Yeah.
uh, uh,
Obstacles?
no, tapas is not obstacle. Tapas is my ability to bear it.
The hurdle.
My tapas is basically my capacity, my ability to bear it without disturbing my peace of mind. So tolerance, I would say tapas is more similar, like it can be translated as tolerance, but that is very close to that, I bear it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sometimes
You
it
mean
is-
to say that that you bear it, but not others to not let others know.
No,
that
no,
what you
no.
mean?
It has nothing to do with others. My own, I bear it. I accept it. I bear it with peace and without disturbing my peace and calmness.
Oh, okay. Understood. Thank you.
So if I can tell, I can talk about it, but it's not that hiding, it's not that covering or suppressing. It's all about accepting it with grace, as best I can say, gracefully. We can accept
Yeah,
that
okay. Understood.
and let it pass. Let it pass.
Yeah.
Having
Okay.
that understanding makes life a lot easier to accept. And now that you explained those three adis, that makes so much sense.
Yes.
It is in our hands, and we understand that. Then you can react to, cannot react to any situation, and you will be able to, react calmly.
We can choose when to react and when not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like anger. We all often say that, oh, I can't control my anger. But once you have the understanding, you will feel that, why do I need to get angry? Once you understand that each individual is an individual and we have no control over them, then why do we get angry? Just
True,
because it's
true.
not happening the way you want, who are you to control other people? Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Even if at times, just like this very concept of three sufferings, even if we put that into one of these categories and say, oh, well, I have this suffering now, come into my life. What do I do? Nothing. I can only pray for Shanti and let it pass or let it calm down on its own. Our mind quickly withdraw and say, I don't have to get into it. When we have any problem coming into our life, the very first thing, the mind gets the alert, because it's its job to get alert, and because it alert everything in all the other parts of the mind, which is, again, I would say, let's say brain, it starts creating a stress response. So then worry cycle starts, the body starts responding. All of that bound to happen because we have seen a trouble coming. Now that trouble will affect our brain to body, our mind to body, every part of our life, every part of our existence. So whether we talk about 5 koshas in yoga, all of that will be affected. Our intellect will not be working so well to clear and understand. Our mind is a chaos. Our prana is all the way disturbed, so our body struggles with illnesses and difficulties. Now, if I see the trouble, what this concept is all here for, if I see the trouble now, and if I put it in these 3 categories and say, oh, okay, so what do I know about these 3 troubles? Or these 3 kind of sufferings? Nothing. They come and they go. It will pass. So with that understanding, my mind will get another way of looking at it is coming. I only have to maintain my peace, calmness, so that it does not affect damage, and it will go with the minimum damage around me. So if this understanding comes, mind will not trigger all these responses. My intellect will be clear. It won't be clouded then. Then my intellect will find more answers. What do I know more? I know that I can do chanting, I can do more relaxation, I can do even help each other. If it's like natural calamities, we can help each other to come out of it more quickly. If it is adhyatmic, I can help myself come out of it quickly. Even if it's adi bhautik, I can find ways to manage in my surrounding to come out of quickly. Intellect will help us to manage more quicker. Mind is calm, then body is not triggered. So we are already have managed the damage maximum by just understanding, putting this into the category and thinking, I cannot do anything. So there's no point stressing about it. What all I can do is keeping myself calm and let it pass. So simply, if I say this philosophy, if we put it into our psychology, that will make wonders, because then we are not responding to the similar way we would be doing it. So anger won't even come, because anger usually is our helplessness, or we are in pain. A lot of time, anger is a response for the situation we are in. So if we are not even acting or reacting on the situation, we have accepted it just in a one go and say, I'm going to let it pass with my calmness. Anger won't come. Worry won't come. The damage will be prevented. That's all this philosophy is, in a one way to manage. And then the another is, of course, it gives the ways out. The best throughout these three shantis, reminding us all the time with these three simple words is basically that in best of my capacity, I can send these vibrations in the universe. So all these three sufferings can be calm and not trigger, not get triggered. But even if that get triggers, I know that I need to accept, let it pass, and that's my tapas, that's my sadhana. Meditation, when we say open eyes, closed eyes, when I said that open eyes, closed eyes, literally, this is a meditation of open eyes with our intellect, with our understanding that I'm not going to disturb the calmness of my mind.
Whenever I have my yoga classes, I tend to say Shanti, Shanti 3 times. And I always say in English, peace to myself, peace to people around me, and peace to the whole wide world. So similar to what you explained.
Yeah, this is exactly what it means. Peace to myself, Adi Adhyatmik. Surrounding is Adi Bhautik, and to universe is Adi Devik. Exactly the same. Yeah, that's all it means. Anything happening in the universe is happening to us. So we cannot imagine just praying for myself, because anything happens outside will come back to me. So we pray for all three, so that all three remain calm, so I can remain calm. But by remaining myself calm also, I can help everything else to calm.
Is it all interlinked? Makes sense.
And
it would be nice to see other people's faces. They've got just, if they unmute their videos, it will be nice to have a good, lovely discussion with each other. Q&As.
Yeah, let's take the opportunity for talking through and
black screens are just not giving us more opportunity to see their faces and see how they're reacting. That's good.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Sorry, I was listening as well. Thank you. You know, it's good discussion. Okay, that's all right. I'm trying to put my camera to the properly.
I always like to see the faces. The people
Yeah.
always show the faces. I know it's early morning, but still, doesn't matter. You are in your own home.
We are on this platform because we are on a similar boat and we have got that understanding. And hence we are on this platform and getting up at the right time to join in with these discussions and to understand or to listen, to have some more knowledge, broaden our whatever knowledge we have with Neha ji and whoever has anything else to share with.
We're lucky to have somebody to explain to us.
That's right, yes.
Sitting at home.
So, and Nehaben, yesterday, Swamiji explained to us all the different types of how we would like our, he said you can have Ramayan, you can have all the different types of ones, and then we were going to take it further. I thought today that was that the discussion following on a little bit, or was that going to be next Saturday?
No. Saturday, this text to study, just again,
Yes.
that was for the Saturday. We do Sunday
Okay.
morning our meditation. So again,
meditation. Yes,
understanding.
that's I really thought no. When I saw him this morning, that's what I thought. But yesterday was good discussion as well, and I think even the Ramayana side of it, there's so much to learn. And I think, even if that study side of it as well. But today, what you're explaining as well is what we can understand and make out of it, isn't it? And how we can take it forward.
All the shastras which he explained yesterday, all the different kind of text he was talking about. So again, that is again of a reminder in different ways. So Ramayana or Mahabharata is more of storytelling way, and it's about the events we can connect with each one of that in our lives and know this is exactly what the struggle is. So this is in a narrative, it's in the story form, and we learn out of it because that's the human mind that understand well if it's a picturized, if it's like a story form, something which is real, which we all can connect with. So this is what Puranas give us in a story form. All the Puranas are narratives. But then comes the Shastras of the Advaita, which also talks about only the knowledge, shapeless, formless, and in the highest intellectual form, where truth as it is. So again, to understand that, our mind, how much is ready to accept. In between all of that, there is Dvaita, there is a philosophy, there is Bhakti. So all the texts which talked about Bhakti or Dvaita, the dualism, which is again my Ishtadevta and myself. So Bhagavatam is all about Bhakti. So I see Krishna here. All of these, the beautiful text, the way it has been given, we can pick and choose. But again, the message, everything in all of these texts give is the same. Understanding the reality. Now, how do you understand the reality? We can find our own way. Starting point, we can find our own way. It will all take you to the same way. Just like understanding these three sufferings. Now, no matter if I like it or not, the way I like it, I can understand that. I can relate to that. But then once I understand it, I will do the same which anybody else would do. Calming ourselves, finding our ways for any struggle, and progressing with happiness. The beautiful end point of Shastra, beautiful end point of this journey, why we do all of that? To be happy, to find myself, which is Sat Chit Ananda.
Yes.
The Ananda which never has stopped or disturbed or interrupted. Pure form. It always will remain the same without a change. Imagine that's the promise it is giving, that I will make you happy forever, ever after. Now that's the promise none other can give. And it says, do the suffering, they are not even part of you. Let it come, let it go. You are Anandam. Don't disturb your happiness for anything. What a beautiful text all of these are. Which other religion or practices tell you, be happy, Don't worry about anything, just be happy. Not the happy the way we know with my family, with holidays, because that is going to end. It says things which ends is not permanent. It is not real because it's ending. Even your mind is happy in this moment, next moment it will change again. Your mind is not real. So what is real? My happiness is real. That is Anandam. That is myself. I am the only one real beyond this complexity of the existence of my body, mind, and intellect. Beyond that, what I am real. And I am purely bliss, nothing else.
So what you visualize and what you experience is the best happiness as well. What you visualize, and sometimes in that present moment is your happiness as well, isn't it? Sometimes we always say in that present moment.
That happiness comes from within.
Oh,
No
within,
matter,
yes.
yeah, within. So Nehaji said that, yeah, you're going with children or you're going for a meal or something. That is
It
temporary.
ends, yeah, through a,
And however,
Yeah.
whatever, how much money or whatever you have, but if you're not happy within yourself, it's not going
nothing matters
Nothing.
then, yes.
Exactly.
Got it. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
After
that,
a while,
I love that word, Ananda. You always say, you
Ananda.
always say the bliss word. I love that word.
Yes, Ananda. And after a while, when we know that happiness, we even have tasted that happiness, Anandam. That is basically, then it won't matter whether you're going out for a meal or you're sitting at home and eating together. What you're enjoying is togetherness. Soon enough, we'll understand the difference, that it's not I'm happy going out for a meal with my family or with my kids or sitting at home. Actually, this is the bond what we share is making me happy. That bond may go not so well at some point and not so good at another, but still the bond what we cherish is all happiness, because my kids will change, their mood will change, their life will change. So I'm not depending on them, but what I'm all depending is on my happiness. And I am happy because I'm just happy being mother. So regardless what changes in their life, what changes in my life, that is not controlling my happiness. My happiness will still remain the same, because I see I'm not happy because of my kids or doing anything with them. I'm happy because I am happy mother. I enjoy and cherish this bond. So the moment I have experienced that, none limitation will control my happiness. Even if when I don't see them, let's say, or meet them, I still know they're happy somewhere and I'm still content. This is just one example of relationships, but independence of your own to be happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is the bliss we are talking. So we are not depending on anything or anyone, but
Just
within.
you yourself
Yes.
is important. Yes, that's what you're trying to say. Yes.
Love yourself.
Yeah, love yourself. Hug yourself as well. Love. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, love yourself.
Yeah. That's a good. And we're gonna do a good motto before we start. Love yourself. Yeah.
Even we can send a group hug.
Hug, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. Love hug. That's a good one.
Remembering that hug also stimulate a brain hormone, happy hormone. So once in a while, but then also we can have a group hug. We send prayers, we send hugs, and we send blessings. All because giving is happiness, and
That's
the
it.
best we can give is all of good things into the universe to the people we love, and then it won't matter even we know them or not.
Yeah, that's true. I feel if I am happy, I can give the happiness to others. So to be myself happy is very important.
That happiness radiates within your,
That's
when
right.
you're happy yourself, that happiness radiates around whoever is with you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good energy, isn't it? Positive.
Yeah, sometimes
the energy
person
flows.
comes in your life and you feel so happy. and that person, I don't know whether it's that person or you, but she brings the happiness or whatever, but you feel so great.
Yeah, but because that vibration, before even you say anything, those vibrations are reaching each other, and you
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah,
You don't even
yeah.
say
Yes.
anything.
That's true.
Do you put it in practice?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Let's have our 10 minutes to practice that, and just again a guided meditation to remind what my happiness and what I want to keep it that my way. Yes. Thank you. Let's start sitting comfortably. Give me a moment. I'll quieten my background as well. Sit comfortably. Close. Take a moment to bring your attention on your breath, simply observing your breath. Gentle breathing in and out as your natural breath.
I'm not here now, Ben.
Just taking the time to observe your breath. Gently move your attention to your mind, just simply observing your mind without getting involved in any thoughts, simply observing. When you start to observe your mind, you usually see the dark and the blank space, but then thoughts arrive. But if we don't engage with our thought, it may stay, but then it will go. So you've experienced the silence. Between the silence and the thought, just observe the flow as you observe the.
Nehaji, you're muted.
So I'm just giving time in between for you to practice and see. So after the mind, let's bring our attention to our happiness. Closing your eyes. Every time when the mind goes into the silent phases, let's pick up our happiness. And again, observing myself in this very state as a blissed, happy, and content person. Anything which connects my mind and myself to the happiness, let that thought come. Let's take a moment to analyze, is that really the very thing or the situation or the thought making me happy, or is just myself? The very process, we call it happiness analysis. So connecting your mind with your happiness, observing it. Take a moment to feel. Knowing whether this thing, which happiness you connect with, or you're truly happy with your own self. Let's analyze, let's observe, let's experience our own happiness. Minding ourselves, being independent of the limitation of anything and everything which can make us happy. Happiness is my own nature. It's my very existence. Without depending on anything in the world outside, let's connect with our happiness independent of everything. Everything in the world, physical world outside, or the world within, or in the universe, may come and go. But remaining calm and connected to myself, it all will pass without disturbing my happiness. To calm every other suffering or the limitation, let's conclude this with 3 Shantis together. Holding up both hands together in Namaskar Mudra. Keeping your hands close to your heart. Slowly taking a deep breath in, and while exhaling, we chant 3 Shantis. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Very gently rub your both palms together. When it starts to feel a little warm, place it on your both thighs. The very gentle massage on all over your face. Slowly bring your hands down. Slowly open your eyes, looking down if possible. Everybody's okay. We call this happiness analysis. And again, just going into the silent phases in mind. Whenever you just want to be happy or you just want to clear any confusion, you do this analysis. It could be with open eyes, but closed eyes always give us the better one. And that's what you remind yourself with this analysis, that I can be happy regardless. So that's kind of, we call it happiness analysis. Use it anytime you may need. Sorry, my background wasn't very quiet.
Sorry, no, that's